Mexico had the privilege of welcoming Prime Minister Mark Carney on September the 18th. The Canadian Prime Minister finally ended up meeting with its Mexican counterpart to try to re-establish communication and relations. The big idea? Well, they ended up creating what we call the Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. This press release from the PM's office says it all. Prioritizing, creating, rebuilding, reinforcing, all action-oriented verbs to keep everybody super busy. Canada is also pledging a $10 million to the United Nations for some migrant support and anti-trafficking program in Mexico. So all of that is great, I can hear you say, but the real question is, are we going to get a Canada-Mexico trade deal going out of this little meeting? And the answer is, I don't think that this is the case, and this is the reason why this exact idea ended up being proposed a mere month ago, only to be rejected. Remember when two of Carney's ministers ended up flying to Mexico to pitch this very idea? And what was Mexico's answer the very next day? As you can see here, Mexico ended up saying thanks, but no thanks, Canada. Why? Mexico is not really interested in dealing with Canada alone. It would rather focus on something that is real, attaching all three countries in North America, the trade agreement of the USMCA, to go over Donald Trump's head and signing something uniquely with Canada. That would be politically stupid when it comes to Mexico. And Mexico may be called a lot of things, but politically stupid, it would appear, is not one of them. So what gives? Well, I am blaming Canada, and the reason is this CBC article in here relates that some Canadian premier ended up making some really cheap comments about throwing Mexico under that trade agreement. Who needs Mexico when because the US, right? That was their position. Well, now that the US are adopting a more protectionist position, suddenly Canada realizes that, wait a minute, there is a second trade partner in this Canada, US, and Mexican trade. Now look, the idea of Canada and Mexico talking together is an excellent one as far as I can tell. Why? Because we should be supporting one another a lot more. Because keep in mind that in 2026, this very USMCA treaty can and will be likely reopened and renegotiate, and giving the current US administration sitting on top of it. So maybe, just maybe, what we are looking now is two smaller countries quietly building up their B plan.